Hello, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom all over the world. I greet you, my people. Today, I am here once more for us to continue with the freedom of Biafra, freedom of Africa. But my people, I am going to do something very different today because my people, when you have problem, one problem, just count it two. The discovery of your problem and the solution of it will make it two problems. Burkina Faso is a country in Africa. Ibrahim Traore is an African man, currently the leader of Burkina Faso, just very close to the age of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Yesterday, our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in court, and you could see that a man in mask is in Nigeria court. A man in a mask to give witness against an innocent man who has been in prison for 40 years, or say detained illegally for 4 whole years, going to the 5th year, and nothing is happening. So my people, I'm going to do something different today. If you look at the screen, you will see the picture of this emerging young president doing something different for Africans. And this is what we all stand for. And that is the real reason why our prime minister is being detained in Europe and our leader detained in Nigeria. Because Nigeria is one of the puppet countries being ruled by one of the puppet leaders of the West. So, my people, I'm going to do something very different today, but it is all centered on we Africans, we Biafrans. So, my people, let me play a jingle and I will continue.
Tell me what we do, everybody want to kill us. They want to take what belongs to us. We they love our neighbors, so we they love ourselves too. So it is written in the holy book. of rising sun is our hope.
Yes, my people, today I am here once more for us to continue about the revolution, the freedom of Biafra land from the shackles of the zoo called Nigeria. Their grip on Biafra shall not be tolerated. We are moving ahead and we are moving forward. If you look at the video on the screen, you will see Ibrahim Traore's video, which I will play shortly. But my people, that is the real reason why our Prime Minister is being held in Finland. Finland is in Europe. Europe is in alliance with France. Europe is in alliance with America, with all the countries that are fighting this very young man directly. My people, we must be serious. We must be very serious. As I said earlier, when you have one problem, count it two. First of all, one of the problems is to establish what your problem is. Secondly, is a solution to that very problem. In the whole of Africa, we have no president that is not loyal to the command of the West. We Biafrans, we have been crying for years. 1966, 67 till 2025. We are still crying for freedom and nobody is listening to us. Nobody is talking about our freedom. And this very young man on the screen is a typical example of what is happening to we Biafrans. We Biafrans, we are Africa, just like Ibrahim Traore. I have a very good video to play from beginning to the end. The reason that Msen is being held in Nigeria, yesterday he was in court, and the man in a mask is coming to the court. Very poor judiciary in Nigeria. The man in mask is coming to give evidence, and it is allowed. It's because of what is happening to Ibrahim Traore. That our leader has spent 4 years going to 5 years in Nigeria is because of what is happening to Ibrahim Traore. That Mazi Simon Ekpa, our prime minister, is being detained in Finland is because of what is happening to Ibrahim Traore today. That the Amazonian leader, Dr. Cho Ayoba, is being detained in Switzerland is because of what is happening to Ibrahim Traore. My people, we have to face the truth. You have to know the source of your problem before you know how to solve it. That's why I want to do something different today. We are not just Biafrans. We are Africans. And Ibrahim Traore is an African. The youngest president in the whole world. He overtook the French colonial rule president in Burkina Faso 2022 or 2021, maybe one of these years. But count from that year till 2025. Go and see the progress he has made. This is what the West, the Europe, the Americans, they don't want to see in Africa. What is stopping America from recognizing Biafra? They don't want us to rise. But the first thing that Donald Trump did when he came to power is to deport all the Africans. Africans from all walks of life in America, those who do not have papers, he deported them. Why not allow them to stay? When you would not allow their president to be in their country, to make that country to be good. This is what they are doing to Biafrans. That is why Finland is detaining our PM for fighting for his people's freedom. This is why Nigeria government went to Kenya, and Kenya, another country, puppet leader, allowed somebody, an innocent person, visitor in your country, to be abducted by Nigeria, sent him to Nigeria, still detaining him till tomorrow. So we Africans, we Biafrans, we have to rise up. We have to learn. All this Ngozi Sikwa Ngozi Asero, that is not our problem. This is our real and main problem. And they will then find people of your color, people of your race, use them very strongly to pin you down, that you will never progress. This is the problem. How do we solve it? Support. We will do it by supporting ourselves. My people, I have a video here, a very long video, that will explain my mind, and you people will agree with them. So let's get it on. Thank you, Emmanuel, for joining. Ototuoma, my brother. Thank you, Chinenye, always there for us to talk and speak together in one mind. So let's listen just briefly to this video, and we will get it on.
It is important that these so-called Democrats understand this. When thousands of Nigerians die in hospital beds due to lack of electricity or lack of medication, it is a crime. They are responsible for these sanctions. They are responsible for these deaths. The same thing happens in Mali. Burkina, we have indirect sanctions, because people have to understand. When they take their orders from the other side, they come and do everything to apply it. It is shameful. We are called putschists. We are not French. We do not understand what that means. And the local people, who surely do not even understand the profound meaning of, also call us putschists. Very well, we appropriate it. Over the years, as far as Burkina Faso is concerned, you may have noticed, all the bodies have been destructured. No more training, nothing left for the army. They imposed in all our major states, all our schools and all our strategic structures, what they called military councils. Revolted on September 30th, 2022. The first thing was to find out who these military councils were and where they were. So we were able to identify that the evil was deep. And the first thing was to ask them to leave our army. They left. And what I told you not long ago, You cannot hope to find your lost object by calling on the one who stole it to come and help you find it. When we asked the military councils to leave, we felt manifestations. We were made to understand they were able to get by without them. And every time they told us, it was translated by attacks on the ground. We received the message well. At the dawn of the year 2023, we decided to tell the foreign forces present here to leave, because we want to fight in Burkina Faso. They did not surely appreciate it, but why come and die on our land for us? We prefer to fight ourselves. We ask them to return home. Unfortunately, I tell you here today, as I like to say, colonization has returned. There are slaves of Ceylon who still have not understood. In the meantime, military officers wrote to us and approached us to tell us that it was a very bad decision and that we would not last 2 months. Files were written. We were sent these files to make a strategic analysis of their thoughts. We said either we are sovereign or we remain slaves forever. Indeed, when the last soldier left Burkina Faso, we understood what it was about. The attacks followed immediately. Dehao, Partiaga, and so on. But what they had forgotten was that the people of Burkina Faso had understood our message. And had engaged in the same way as we did. We reorganized quickly, and suddenly we noticed that all the sleeping terrorists had woken up in Burkina Faso. We reorganized the army as quickly as possible. We have created several units, and even if several others are yet to come, we have equipped them. And today this equipment continues because in the days to come, the months to come, what you will see coming to Burkina Faso must make our army a power to fear. We will not hesitate about the means. We understood that the fight against imperialism will be hard, very hard, but only the hard ones will pass, and the Burkinabés are hard, and we will pass. We have put on guard for more than a year the local valets, the slaves of Ceylon, so that they do not betray their country for the benefit of imperialism. Some have understood and organized themselves. Others have not understood. Maybe they thought they were smarter, but today we have no more feelings about this theft. Whoever betrays his country for the benefit of imperialism, he will be treated as such. Returning to our famous ECOWAS, since we decided to leave the ECOWAS, the slaves of Ceylon have been driven. They want to scare the people. They want to scare everyone. God, thank you. In a recent past, there were only a handful of people who had the right to speak. on the TV set said who were ready for the gospel. Today, with the new technologies, which of course have advantages and disadvantages, everyone has the right to speak. And I think the Yayayas are the first to confirm this. Everyone can make his own analysis of a situation. We can certainly make mistakes, but when we come to understand, we are open to explain the process. Here we will explain to you why we left the ECOWAS and where we are going.
My people, now he talks about the very pressure point, ECOWAS. ECOWAS is just the group of the leaders of Africa, all the puppets of the West, who do not have a say of their own, but they live under the control of the Western world, destroying the fabric of our society, destroying the lives of our young, growing men and women, destroying their future. That's what ECOWAS represents. When the Niger military man, the junta, took over in Niger, they wanted to use ECOWAS. Zou being the head, Tinubu was threatening to go and fight in Niger. They were pressurizing him until the threat came from the Fulanese, who say that they have most of their brothers from there, that fighting the Niger government or Niger people is fighting their own brothers. That was the only threat that stopped Tinubu from going to war against Niger. All these vultures that call themselves leaders in Africa, they all gathered in Nigeria to go to war against your own brothers who are fighting for survival. This is why our leader Msen Nnamdi Kanu is detained, and nobody, not even the world leaders, is talking about his release, because they already know who and what he is capable of doing. They already know that his policies and principles for Biafra goes against what they preach. That's why today I have decided to use Ibrahim Traore as my caption for today's program. And at this time, when I think that the youths are still around to listen to this, our youths do not relent, because by way of age, Traore is still a youth, a young man who is fighting for the interest of his people. If you look back when he came in 2022 up to 2025, all the progress he has made in his country, you will see that he has created so much job that no young Burkina Faso boy or girl would want to leave their country. They are all gainfully employed, all busy, doing something. No more going in the sea because you're trying to cross to the channel to go to Europe to seek for greener pasture. This is why they don't want Biafra to come. What does it stop them? Since November 2029 till date, almost 6 months, to recognize Biafra so that Biafra will go their separate way. No, they want to merge all of us together. I will just go on a research to know how many countries they have in Europe. Then you will know that that is the size of Nigeria, where they call Nigeria Zoo Nation. This is it, my people. We all have to sit down and think, do we really need Biafra, or are we paying lip service to getting Biafra? We need to have a nation where we will create an opportunity for our men and women, our old men and the young men to live a good life, clean life without interference. This is what we have to ask ourselves. If you truly want Biafra, this is exactly what we have to emulate, copy, and adopt. Traore's style of development, not the other way around. When you are in a mission, you want something, you don't go complaining. Carry on. Whether it is tough or easy, you have to carry on if you are determined to get what you want. This is the situation in Biafra land, in Biafra case. So, my people, we have to ask ourselves, are we ready to take this pain? In Europe, Google said they have 44 countries. I don't know. He said there are 44 countries in Europe. I asked Google, how many countries are there in Europe? It says 44. Europe and Nigeria is almost the same size, and Nigeria is just one nation. People should wake up to realities. Stop castigating Biafrans for wanting to be free. That country called Nigeria, which my leader Msen Nnamdi Kanu attributes zoo to their existence, should be at least 10 to 15 countries. Because when you travel from United Kingdom to France, it's 45 minutes. You travel from United Kingdom to Italy, 45 minutes. To Germany, the same. When you travel from Lagos to Enugu, 45 minutes. You travel from Lagos to Port Harcourt, 45 minutes. Lagos to Abuja, 45 minutes. So why are we clustered in one country, being controlled by the West? Every mineral resources we have is under their control. This is why they now want to unalive Ibrahim Traore. This is why they are detaining our PM in Europe, detaining Ambazonian leader in Europe, detaining our leader Msen Nnamdi Kanu in Nigeria. Western controlled puppets. So today, I said to myself, do something different from what you usually do. We have to rise up to our challenges and do it correctly. Don't come paying lip service to what your problem is, which we know we can solve by ourselves. This social media is a place you can air your views, and you will not be stepping on anybody's toes, provided what you are doing is evidential of what you are saying. For instance, there's a video compiled by another African, and I want to play it for us to listen to, because it touches and concerns what is going on in Biafra land relating to Ibrahim Traore. Let's get it on. Listen to this guy.
Live in Dallas, City Hall on the 30th, man. I'm not playing with these people. Boy, I'm about to put on my red, my black, my green, and we about to take to the streets, and we gonna be the real ninjas that we supposed to be, and let them know that we support Africa. Because guess what? Those are our brothers, our sisters, our family. Ain't no reason why we should be out here hating this and hating them and all this, because they brainwash us to make us believe that wrong, you ain't got to give me reparations when we can come together and take them. Real talk, I'm on that type of timing. Yeah, it's really like that. And I'm really like that. Trust me, boy, the Tamarian God is great. And thank you. I love y'all, Africa. I am so happy.
I'm probably the only person online who shares every single one of my trades completely for free.
I'm so happy.
Sorry, my people, you know when you are using YouTube, that's why they always mandate us to have as many followers as possible. When you are using YouTube, you must allow their advert. That's what interrupted the video. But let's listen now. The first guy that spoke about Ibrahim Traore is an American, and he said Americans are supporting Ibrahim Traore, Black Americans, that nobody should touch him. So listen to this again.
See him. Everybody coming together. I'm so happy. Everybody. The Ghanaians, the Nigerians, the Cameroonians, the Jamaican, the Black American. I'm so happy everybody coming together for this fight. Because this fight is not just for the Burkina Faso alone. This is an everybody fight. And I'm so happy everybody is coming together and fight this. I am so happy. If you are on social media, if you are influencer on social media, you can also help. You can help share. If you hear anybody talking about it, talking good things about Ibrahim Traore, share his video. Make a comment. If you see people on live talking about him, go on their page, like what they are talking about, share it. That's what we have social media for. The internet they gave us, we're going to use this internet to fight them. That's what we're going to do. Because the big stream in media, they are not talking about it. They are not talking about it. They are not. So, with a small platform, we're going to use it. We're going to take advantage of it and use it and to fight them. And then when it comes to physical fight too, if it's to buy a plane ticket and go to Burkina and join them, we will do it. I will do it. I don't know about everybody. If it comes to that, I will join them. Because this fight is not just for Burkina Faso. This is for international fight. Because we are tired. We are tired. I'm tired. When you go to anywhere in Africa, when you see people how they living, I'm tired. Enough of the crying. I cry already. Anywhere I go in Africa, I'm crying. When I see the young boys, when I see the young girls, I'm crying. It does not matter if I go to Liberia, if I go to Guinea, if I go to Ivory Coast, if I go to Ghana, if I go to Nigeria, if I go to South Africa, any part of the world, I'm tired. So this fight is just not for the Burkina Faso. This is an international fight. And we're going to do it. We will. We had it here. Everybody, we had it here. Enough is enough. And ain't nobody touching the president of Burkina Faso. Y'all got a better chance of trying to fit a camel through the eye of a needle than to think y'all about to touch him. When I say that man is so divinely protected, because he out here doing the work of the universe. The way I have been saying over and over again, if I can just find one African leader that's willing to stand up with a voice instead of walking around like a puppet. And in walks President Ibrahim onto the scene. The way he out here turning these Western countries every which way but loose. Oh, they big mad. And all these other African leaders that's out here being used like puppets. Oh, they big mad too. Burkina Faso, I'm coming. Because I need to meet these resilient people out here standing up with a voice. It is time for Africa to rise. And Burkina Faso is out here standing strong with that voice. We Black people have been controlled for how long? Resources of Africa have been getting robbed for how long? Yep, it's that time. Burkina Faso, I'm behind y'all. We changing this narrative one African country at a time. Let's talk about it.
Hello. I want to speak briefly about Burkina Faso and their president, Ibrahim Traore. As an African-American woman, I am so proud of President Traore and so happy for the people of Burkina Faso. I want to state for the record that African Americans have nothing to do with any assassination attempts, any destabilization of the country, or any criticism of President Traore. I don't know any American, and I don't know every American, but I don't know any American that even knows who General Michael Langley is. I actually just found out who he was 2 days ago. But when you see Black people being put in a position like that, and then turn on their heels to criticize another leader in another country, that is by design. And they do not speak for us. They are ruining the reputation of African Americans globally, making people think that we feel this way. We have our own problems in America.
He's going to die. So why do I think Ibrahim Traore is going to die in the future? For sure. If you don't know, Ibrahim is the leader of Burkina Faso that took over the country.
My people, I don't agree with you see what the guy is saying, that Ibrahim Traore is going to die for sure. He will not die for sure. We need such people in Africa. We need such men, such brave men. We need them in Africa for our freedom, for our liberation. Now, a group of Biafrans or group of Biafrans in Finland are arranging for protest for the detention of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, in Finland on the 9th of this month, 9th of May, my pardon. Now, the number that anyone can contact is +358 4024 365 61. I repeat, +358 4024 36561. That is the number you have to contact. The condition and how you can get to Finland. If you want to travel to Finland to go in solidarity of our PM for his release. This reason that Traore is being, hounded 18 times. 18 times. Assassination attempt on Traore. The only difference between us and Traore right now is that his country has been running, established as a nation, but being ruled all along by French puppet leaders until he came on 2022. But we are being, we are establishing ourselves. We want to be recognized by countries. How can you ask somebody who is killing you to recognize you? Is it not strange? Is it not surprising? They will not. They will not. Because recognizing you is like taking the sugar in their mouth. They will not. So we are Biafrans, and Biafra is in Africa, West Africa to be precise. Who is Traore? Traore is an African son. And many people are speaking up that Traore should not, be unalived. If Finland has the power to unalive our PM, they will do that without looking back, because they are already in Europe. It is not the Finland of 1967 that recognized Biafra. The Finland of today is Finland of Europe. and they all speak in one voice. They think it with one mind. They do the same for their own interest. They say that their lifestyle cannot be reduced by African rising up. Are we not Africans? Of course, Biafra is one of the popular African nations, but they don't want us to be free. You can imagine a nation that is already established. America and France are giving him condition. That will tell you that they are not even ready to listen to us. So we have to listen to ourselves. We have to do the bidding for ourselves. There is a link here which says biafragov.org/donate. What will it do for you when you go to Google to search for it? You make a donation there for our liberation, for our freedom to come, because they are not willing. They are not willing to support you. They are not willing to save you, because the oil and gas that comes out from our land maintains their life and their lifestyle. We are not good. What God gave us. That's why they want to honor life Traore. That's why they are detaining our PM, detaining Dr. Cho Ayaba, detaining Msen Kanu. The young Africans who say no. But immediately they come into power, they will do deportation, use immigration to keep us far. They don't want us to live in their country. They don't want us to live in our own country peacefully. My people, when you have two options, one thing must happen, and that is the freedom of Biafra. That's why I decided to take this U-turn and do something different today. I do not care about how many people that comes to listen to my program. What I care is that those who came at all should have a complete and total reasoning. They should think properly. If you are enjoying what is going on now, what of your children? When you leave this world, what legacy are you going to leave for your children? You will be happy that your children are living in poverty as slaves in their own country, in their own continent. You cannot travel from one African country to the other. If you go to South Africa, xenophobia, they are killing other Africans. This is incitement so that we will ever remain in chaos. We can never be at peace. You can never see such a thing in Europe. Even Germany, that killed the Jewish people, have they not reconciled today with them? They now drive their cars, Mercedes, from Germany. Anytime they have any problem, they will come together and sort it out. But our own, when you are swinging like this, fighting each other, you will never get settled. And the enemy will continue to steal what belongs to you and still call you poor people, wretched people. You come to their country, they will be discriminating against you. You are your own country, your own continent. You are discriminating against each other. Africans, rise up and think. We need peace. The way they are peaceful in their own country, we want that peace. Why is it that all the terrorism going on in Nigeria, they are not saying a word? Because they don't care whether you all finish yourselves. So let us continue to listen.
With a military coup, the reason is quite simple. If you look at Gaddafi in 2011, if you look at Lumumba in 1961, one thing big leaders in Africa have in common is that all big leaders in Africa that want something great for Africa, that go against the will of the Western Europe, or Europe, the West Europe, and the United States of America, they're not welcome. Because if the prices go up in Africa, the prices go up in other countries also. We have all the resources come from Africa. So it's logical to think that if the prices go up in Africa, the prices will go up in other countries also. It's quite simple. It's easy math. And
can you guess if one of these foods makes arthritis pain worse? Is it these tomatoes? Cucumbers?
it's easy math. And that's the reason why.
So it looks like the United States of America has declared to take down Ibrahim Traore. And it's like they are going to use any method to take down Ibrahim Traore. Just imagine the United States of America has issued a travel ban from Burkina Faso. And the United States of America has urged its citizens not to visit Burkina Faso. And if they're in Burkina Faso, they have to evacuate immediately. They should not go to places where so many people are gathering, and so on and so forth. It looks like they are planning to take down Ibrahim Traore. But the good thing is that so many Africans, so many Burkina Faso people have decided that enough is enough. They are going to fight with Ibrahim Traore to the end, including me. This is the moment of truth for Africans. They have to stand together. They have to fight together until we win this war. And on the 30th of this month, there will be a march all across Africa to stand together with Ibrahim Traore.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube.
Yes, 30th of April, which is today, there's going to be a march all over Africa in solidarity to Ibrahim Traore's predicament of 18 assassination attempts. The same thing goes to those who want to travel to Finland in solidarity of our PM being held in Finland. Finland that has no common boundary with Nigeria. Why are they detaining our PM? That detention is illegal, unaccepted. We don't accept it. So Biafrans have arranged for protest for our PM on the 9th of May. There is still time. Contact this number 358-4024-36561. I repeat, +358-4024-36561. Contact this number. You will get the details of how you will get to Finland. It's costly, it's expensive, not very expensive, but it's a sacrifice that is worth being made for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Europe are the ones. Thank you so much, Amakas. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. My people, we have to take the bull by the horn. And this is the time. Let's continue listening to our other African brothers.
Channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly for watching me for the first time. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. So guys, indeed, I can tell you that it is a big win for Ibrahim Traore. Recently, we saw United States and France. They came out and say they want to arrest Ibrahim Traore because the reasons that they are giving it is they're telling the world that Ibrahim become a dictator. So because of that, they want to arrest Ibrahim Traore. But I'm so happy to see how the black people, they respond to this arrest that the United States and France, they want to do to Ibrahim Traore. Majority of the black Americans, majority of African people, and also majority of the black people in the Caribbean, they have come out and defend Ibrahim Traore. They are sending a warning message to the France and United States to leave Ibrahim Traore alone. And also, I can tell you that on 30th this month, at the end of this month, all black people were protesting on the street. We are defending Ibrahim Traore. So kindly guys, I want you to watch this video of how the black Americans and also the white Americans and people and all African people, they have come out and defend Ibrahim Traore. Watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment.
This is a wake-up call to the African leaders to take inventory of what is really happening in their countries. Do they really need the peanuts that are coming in as aid? You have your natural resources. You have everything you need to take care of your people. Why do you continue to be beggars? You take, for example, cocoa. Majority of the cocoa coming out of the world comes from West Africa, and yet it's only recently that African nations were allowed to add value to their cocoa. President Traore is standing up. He is saying the natural resources in Burkina Faso, they belong to the people of Burkina Faso. Niger is doing the same thing. Mali is doing the same thing. Every leader must look at what's happening in the Sahel nations to say, like anybody else, you must take care of your people. You see, it takes two to tango. If President Trump does not want a relationship with Africa, Africans shouldn't be begging for it. Africans must take a position and protect their turn. China wants to come and exploit Africa, they'll get away with it to the extent that Africans allow them. I think that what was done to brainwash black people around the world, long before they even left Africa, we are still suffering from that legacy, the legacy of slavery, where the people in power, they themselves don't believe they can do it. We still have leaders who believe you can't make it unless you're working with white people. We have individuals who think only something brought in by white people is what's likely to succeed. With that kind of mentality, it is a very difficult battle. Our battle to succeed, to unite as the African continent, it is a battle of the mind.
Our country has long been in a very complicated system. Most of you who are young like me, we were born into this system. But that's not what can allow Burkina to thrive. Because in this situation, there are only two cases. Either we accept to fight, or we remain slaves forever. I told you once.
Either we agree to fight, or we remain slaves forever. Is that what we want? Most of us are living abroad, not by our will, but by choice. Because when you have two problems or two options, you have problem and you have two options, you must take one. Some of us are abroad today not because we love staying abroad, but because we have no country to go to. I mean Biafrans. Biafrans have their leader, Msen, who is a British citizen, Mazi Simon Ekpa, a Finnish citizen. They are both detained by who? The same people. Let me not just deviate or digress. This is a channel where we talk about Biafra. But today I decided to do something different, something similar, something that concerns us. Ibrahim Traore is an African like us. Young man like our Prime Minister. A human being like all of us that were born and raised in Africa. They are hounding him, chasing him here and there. 18 assassination attempts on him. Similar thing is what Msen is going through. A man that is fighting for freedom, peacefully asking for referendum, is detained while terrorists are ravaging and embarrassing, unaliving our people. Nobody is saying a word. Nobody is talking. I have just checked the Google here. How many countries in Europe? He said 44. And the zoo, which is the same size, almost the same size, is just one country. For an easy harvest. So that if we are just lopsided, grabbed and put together as one country, it will be easy for their dictative leadership. They are calling Ibrahim Traore, who came in 2022. Go and see what he has done in Burkina Faso. Within 3 to 4 years, he has revolutionized everything in his country. They have good roads now, electricity, free education, factories where they build and produce medications, tablets, employment, agriculture. Agriculture is life. Because if you are living without an agricultural person around to feed you, living will be useless and worthless for you. That is why I am doing what I'm doing today. My people, Biafra must come. We need Biafra. And you ask these people calling Ibrahim Traore a dictator, ask them what boundary does Burkina Faso have with France or America or Italy or Belgium? What's their boundary, common boundary? None. Our children will be running away from in Africa. Why? Because the leaders are puppets. They don't care about what happened to the masses. Look at the way the people of Burkina Faso are cheering to this very young man in this video. They all gathered and listening to him. They are listening to him because he's telling them the truth. This very young man drives in the old Land Rover. That's what he drives. He is building, constructing Burkina Faso. When you go to Western world, you will see that so many of our brothers are there illegally. They have no jobs because of what? Immigration rules. They will use immigration to cage you. They will come to your country. They will use your presidents to cage you. While we are in this quandary, they will be busy taking our mineral resources. That's why Finland is detaining our PM, regardless of the fact that he committed no offense, no crime against Finnish nation. Initially, they said that inviting him to come and answer query. After a while, Nigeria made them to detain him. The same thing. Kenandru. So many dirty evils boiling in one pot. You are in their country, you are a slave. You are in your own country, you are a slave. When are we going to rise up? Biafrans, you must attend Finland for this protest coming up. These protests must be attended so that you will be able to protest for the detention of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. You must. The number you will call is +358 4024 36561. Call that number. Go and protest for the detention, illegal detention of our Prime Minister. Let's continue listening to this video because it says volume.
There are those who are slaves in their minds. They can only serve their master. And those people try every time to manipulate motivate you. You must advise each other. Because every situation can be exploited by these enemies of the nation to try to discourage you, to demotivate you. So, you must advise each other and not pay attention to certain remarks. Our country has long been in attention to certain remarks, even on some media. Not everyone is obliged to be patriotic. You are the first patriots. You have decided to defend the homeland. There is nothing better than that. Those who want to support you, let them support you. Those who want to discourage you through writings, you must close your ears and move forward.
He said that it's not everybody that is patriotic. Not everybody that will support you. Just like what is happening in Biafra land. You can imagine that our governors do not care how many of our villagers that their houses are burnt. They do not care about how many of them unalived by these terrorists. For instance, Hope Uzodinma, Peter Mba, Ugwani, David Umahi. How many will I count? All of them. Soludo, they don't care whether you are alive or not. To please the North, the Northern Caliphate, Sultan of Sokoto, who is in the hands of these Western people. Whenever they visit that country, they go to Sokoto. That's the only people they know. The people they know that they can use to destroy the rest. So they will stay back. If anything comes, bring this Nigeria case to court, you will never mention people from the Western world. They will tell you it's not them. That is you people killing yourselves. Because they use people like this as a shield. As a shield. And they know what they are getting. They are milking us dry. Our oil is in their hands. Our gas is in their hands. The Zamfara gold and diamond is in their hands. They are in control. If Fulanis do not want them to control that, what do you think they will do? They will use another person to buy them. So they are in their hands. That is what they want to do to this young man. And that is what they are doing now to our PM. That is what they are doing to Onyendu Msen Nnamdi Kanu, who was in court yesterday. And you will notice that Msen Nnamdi Kanu, that has been there for 4 years, they still want to now bring the case afresh so that it will last another 4 years. This is it. And we will be here busy fighting each other. Ngozi this, Ngozi that. This is the same route, the same link, the same pattern. Ngozi is working for the governors. Governors are working for the caliphate. Emir of Sokoto, Shetima, Gumi, Pantami, Malami, all of them, El Rufai. And El Rufai, all these people I named now, are working for Caliphate of Sokoto. And Caliphate of Sokoto is working for who? The Western world. This is our problem. If you talk, they will unalive you. That's why today I say to myself, speak to your people. Use this man as a typical and correct, proper example of what we are going through. You have to establish your problem in order to know how to solve it. So when you have one problem, count it two. Because it is really two. One problem times one or plus one is two. Because you have to really know, find out what is the source of your problem before you will know how to solve it. Before you will even start solving it. 3. This is it. This is what they don't want us to know. They don't want us to escape because they want to maintain a good lifestyle. Are they no human beings like us? The same nose, the same mouth, the same eye, the same brain. And God, they brought Bible and Quran to Africa. They brought it to us. Where they wrote there that Jesus Christ said, love one another. That before God, we are all the same. So why do they want to be the controller of Africa? All the minerals that God blessed us with, they want to be in charge. If you talk, they will unalive you. And we are busy. Ngozi this, Ngozi that. This is the real problem. Ngozi is just at the bottom line of our problem. At the bottom.
Every time Africa tries to rise, there's always some type of narrative that gets pushed. And this time,
Very clear on why they're going after Ibrahim Traore and Burkina Faso. It's because Ibrahim Traore is going to give Africans free education. And because Ibrahim Traore is doing the right thing by his citizens and making sure that people there have a home. Ibrahim is looking out for the people of Burkina Faso, not himself. He is becoming extremely popular amongst the youth across the African diaspora. So it is no surprise to me that they are now trying to take this man out because your accusations are definitely not working. And even the president of South Africa has stated they reject your allegations against Captain Ibrahim Traore. The bottom line is the French and America are being pushed out of these people's resources, which is only fair. The audacity of the West to think that they should have some rights to anything this president has in his country is crazy. Because if anyone were to come to America and stake claim over our resources, we would lose our... Anyone were to come to America and stake claim over our resources, we would lose our...
But louder Putin, this is what I'm talking about, man, when I say get my president real support. Because one thing about it, man, I love to see what the West is doing over there. I love to see them being able to build and take care of themselves. I love how they getting free health care. I love how they ran them cowards from France right back to where they came from. Real talk. This is what you call a real president. This is somebody that I will be honored to serve with, honored to serve for, man. I understand why they hate your guts so much, because they don't like it when we real and we melanated, and they know we stand on business, and every day we put our life on the line to make sure that our people can wake up and live better, and that our kids can have a better future. Our grandkids can live the life that they supposed to live, and don't have to keep being a slave to this system. Whoa! That's why I love you, man. You hear me? Abram Traore, you are my hero. You and Mello, man, between y'all two, I don't know who I love the most. He a soldier, but you are a true leader. Real talk, man. Y'all like, share, comment until we go viral on this video, and meet me at the downtown City Hall in Dallas on April 30th. We protesting worldwide. Let's make this go viral.
When I said that I look at black men funny when they are so proud about serving in the military of former colonizers, I wasn't talking out of nowhere. Check this out. You see this coon over here? I'm not even going to say his name because saying his name is a compliment. He's a coon. This man over here wants to take out Ibrahim Traore because apparently he's a dictator and he's hoarding the gold. And we've seen this formula over and over again. We want to give these low-income countries, these people, democracy. It's always democracy with these people. Huh?
Yes, my people, you see this man, you see what I was talking about. He is a general in American Army, and his name is General Langley. Who is he serving? He's serving in America. And he is the one that was sent. That's what I'm talking about. Just like Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being detained today illegally by Hope Uzodinma and the rest of the southern governors. They can never use their own. That's the thing they taught Fulanis to do, because they know that Fulanis are the most violent terrorists in the whole of Africa, in the whole world, possibly. They are using Fulani. Fulani is in turn using the governors. This is what I'm telling you. Look at the man they use, this General Langley, a black man, to remove Traore, a general in the army.
And they have to use, of course, a coup to justify their means. Before I was nice, but now I don't care anymore. If you are a black man and you are so proud to be high up in the ranks in the army of a former colonizer, there's two things. Either you need to reevaluate your life choices or you're lost. I'm convinced that these Western countries don't know what democracy means. I'm convinced. Because if you really knew what that meant, you would not be involving yourself in another man's country. You can't even fix your poverty. You can't fix your schooling system, your police crime. That country is cursed. It is corrupt. And you have the audacity, after all the problems that you guys have over there, you want to come to another man's country and tell him how to run their country? Are you stupid or stupid? Which one is it? This man needs to be protected. We need to protect this man. The amount of times there have been plots on his life is insane. No. From the diaspora, everyone from the diaspora on the continent, we need to protect, we need to find a way. I don't know how, but something has to be done, because this man is doing something for this continent and for everyone else. I swear. This man needs to be protected. That's what I have to say.
Just know that if anything happens to Ibrahim Traore, the international community will experience the largest African uprising it's ever experienced. Because y'all thought the Arab Spring was bad? Man. Because you think that after many of us have realized how much money the Western world has made off of the back of African bodies, off of our own natural resources, without paying us appropriately, and additionally treating us like we're the bottom barrel of people. Matter of fact, we weren't even people. You think that after we've realized that, we're going to allow you to kill another one of our revolutionaries and just roll over and take it? Okay. You think that after many of us have realized that Europe has unleashed some of its worst sociopaths on our continent? Look up King Leopold of Belgium. Look up what he did to the Congo. Look up why there's so many amputees in the Congo. You think that after many of us have fully grasped and understood what you did to our continent, we're just going to roll over and take it? And just a fun fact, in case you didn't realize this, the majority of young people currently live in Africa. By 2050, the majority of people under the age of 35 will inhabit the sub-Saharan African continent. Okay? And rather than the international community creating allies with this new group that is coming about, this new generation that is very different from their parents, because not only do we know what is going on, we are not like our parents. We don't think that we're less than people in the West. We've been here. We understand how it works. We know what's going on. Rather than using this opportunity as your redemption arc, y'all are doubling down. Emmanuel Macron, this is the hill you're going to die on your weirdo wife? Leader of a country that's stolen so much, being a thief, this is the hill you... And you think that the new generation of African young people that are coming up are just going to roll over and take it? Okay. Go ahead. Because the way this man has garnered support from the, You don't feel it, you don't see it, you're not in the circle, you're not in it, so you don't see what I'm talking about. But try that man. Hurt a finger on that man and see what happens. Because all he's saying is, let us keep our... All he's saying is, let us keep our... Is that crazy? Because in the West, ownership seems to be a huge thing. Y'all are all about ownership and private ownership, and this is mine and this is yours. So let us keep our...
General Langley, I see that you are making waves on this social media. You sent me to give you a message. They said they are very, very happy with Captain Ibrahim Traore. They are very happy with him. They don't have a problem with him. They understand what you are trying to do, but they are very, very happy with Captain Ibrahim Traore and what he's doing for them. So I thought that I would send you this message in case there was some misunderstanding. Captain Ibrahim Traore also kind of understands why you threw him under the bus and it was you, because when he took this mission to free his people, he knew that based on history and based on what the West have done to their leaders, including Thomas Sankara, he knew that they were going to send you. So we were aware that you were coming. I just want to give you a little tip and a little side note. It's not only Burkina Faso people that are happy for him. In fact, the whole of Africa have sent me. Yes, this is a very risky thing you're doing. Look, Africans are very, very happy with Ibrahim Traore. Today, he's a hope of Africa. So I just thought that I would whisper this in your ear. That next time you go in front of your masters, I have a list of people that Africans have sent me to let you know that you can go after those people. But my brother, you know that in America we are second-class citizens. Why you for do that? And Captain Ibrahim Traore, you know, the system that makes us 3/4 of a human being. Say, you know what I'm talking about. The system that makes us 3/4 of a human being. The only way we'll get out of it is if Africa unites. Okay? Right now, the Sahel people have united. And as Africans in America, African Americans, Black Americans, our respect is tied to the freedom of Africa. So, my brother, make you not do that. Next time, please call Dr. Uma, Dr. Uma Johnson, before you take this mission.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Next time, please call Dr. Uma, Dr. Uma Johnson, before you take this mission.
Guys, we need to keep Captain Ibrahim Traore in our prayers. We need to pray to God Almighty that the Lord covers this man, because he is doing God's work in Africa. There have been almost 20 assassination attempts on this man. They are coming for his life like nobody's business. They are trying to lie about this man, to say that he's a ruthless dictator who doesn't want democracy for his countries, X, Y, Z, just as an excuse to go in, kill him, and, just really mess up the country and extract the resources. But you know why? That's not going to work. What you did to Gaddafi is not going to work in this day and age, because you know what? We've got social media and we can see what this man is doing to change his country. We can see with our eyes that he's doing it for the better. You may have been able to get away with lying about Gaddafi, all right? You may have been able to get away with that because social media wasn't that big back then. But now we can see it with our eyes. The change that he's doing for his country is astounding, and he's far from the wicked dictator that you're trying to paint him to be. Any weapon formed against him and his country shall not prosper.
Amen.
In just 3 years, he cleared Burkina Faso's national debt. He cleared it. He's building roads. He's built schools. He's made free education for all those in his country. He's taken charge of the gold mines in Burkina Faso. Okay, he's taken responsibility for refining his own gold and not relying on Western powers who are just exploiting the country, taking all the gold, taking all the resources, and paying these poor people in Africa pennies for the resources. I'm from Ghana, and this man is so well respected in my country. And the way this man has absolutely transformed this country in such a short amount of time, has just shone a light on how pathetic these African leaders are. The The other African leaders have been heads of state, like I said, for decades and not done one single thing. They've taken the money for themselves to send their children to private schools in Europe. They've just been pocketing the money, not caring about the people. Ibrahim Traore's work has shone a light on all the corruption in Africa. In 3 years, look at what the man has done. In 3 years, he's done more than even some European leaders have done in their own countries. 3 years. And it shows we can do it. We can do it, but our leaders just do not want to. The Saudi government actually offered this man, and bear in mind, this man is a Muslim man, Captain Ibrahim Traore. He's a Muslim man. The Saudi government offered to build 40 mosques or a certain amount of mosques nationwide in Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traore said, "Thank you for your kindness, but we need the money to invest in our country. We could think about building the mosques later, but we don't need that right now. We need money to help develop the people." They kicked France out and their military bases. They've started making their own cars, producing their own tires. They've literally said, we have everything we need in Mother Africa. We do not depend on the rest of the world. Everything we need is under our feet. Why are we depending on foreign powers who their countries are not rich in natural resources? France is not known for their natural resources, yet they were exporting gold in large quantities, not from their own soil, but off the back of the miners in Burkina Faso. So it's just this mindset of, we've got everything we need in Africa. We need France. France need us. And what I'm going to say is, if they kill President Ibrahim Traore, if they kill him, okay, which is what they're planning to do, all right, if they alive him, nobody should complain. No one should complain about mass immigration into Europe from Africa. Okay, because this man is building an Africa where we are self-reliant. We don't need to go to Europe. Our parents, our families, they don't feel like they need to go outside the country to have a better future. He is the beginning, the genesis of a self-sufficient and a self-reliant Africa. And of course, they want to stop this. So if they unalive this man, I don't want to hear anybody complaining about, oh, there's so many Africans in Europe, we need to limit mass immigration from these poor countries is what Trump called Africa. Countries, right? Like, this guy is setting the foundation for a self-reliant Africa where Africans rely on Africans. It's interdependence, not independence. But yeah, let's keep Ibrahim Traore in our prayers. Let's pray for his safety, pray for his good health and longevity, because he is laying the foundation of a strong and self-sufficient Africa. He is the voice of the African people, the young, intelligent Africans who are just full of life, all right? We are crying for change. It's just that our leaders don't want change. And Ibrahim Traore has shown us that if we get the right leaders, Africa is just unstoppable.
Nah. Hey, don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. One of these dudes.
Yes, my people, as I said, as I'm repeating myself, the difference between Burkina Faso and Biafra is this. Burkina Faso has already been established as a nation under the command and control of French people. Unfortunately for Emmanuel Macron, because his people are threatening to buy him. That's why he's so desperate to take the young man out. So, as I said earlier, the difference between Burkina Faso and Biafra, first, they are already a nation under the control of French people, while Biafra is still seeking to be recognized to become a nation. That's why they held Onyendu using the caliphate using their puppets, governors from our region, politicians, to detain our leader Msen Nnamdi Kanu. Because they know that if Msen Nnamdi Kanu had come in, no chance. Now, for those Biafrans who are following Madam Bao Bao, clear your ear and listen to this. Those of you who are fighting for these people, hear it and hear clearly. Europe, they stick together. And the whole Nigeria is the size of Europe. They are 44 countries. They are fighting to protect Ukraine against Russia. And the Russian government put off their gas and electricity, gas and fuel. So they do not want Biafra to come, so that they will lay pipe from Biafra land to Europe. You know how many billions that was. So they prefer that we suffer, that they are using Fulani to buy us, instead of coming to negotiate with us, instead of recognizing us. It is now 6 months that Biafra was redeclared in Finland, where our PM is being detained. Though they will allow us to come there, do everything we are doing, and they will still be listening to Nigeria that we are terrorists. Between Biafra and Nigeria, who is a terrorist? But Europe, they pretended as if they don't know what is going on. Why? Because they want Biafrans to be suppressed while they are laying the pipe from our land to Europe. So those of you following one of the agents of the Europe, which is Ngozi Orabueze, should know that this is how they work to destabilize anybody they see as a challenge to their authority, to their own lifestyle. So our life is not good. We are not good to live good lifestyle. We are not good to maintain good lifestyle. Then we have to strain our blood to make Nigeria one, so that they will continue to control you people. Instead of Nigeria to divide into 10 or 12 countries and live in peace like Europe, no, they don't want that to happen. Look at what they are doing to our brother Ibrahim Traore. Almost 20 assassination attempts on one young man. They are calling him a dictator. So what is their concern from their country to where Ibrahim Traore is? His people say, no, we love this man. Leave him. We want him. But they are the ones telling you that he's a dictator. What is the boundary between France and Burkina Faso? Are they related? No. Everything Ibrahim Traore is doing now is against their principle. That is the difference between Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and this young man. And the difference between this young man and our prime minister, who was abroad. Would our prime minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and all of us, would we not have been living in Biafra land, working to maintain our country, if not for this secret interference? You want to rise up, they will make sure that somebody from your own country will bring you down. All these governors, do you think that they are happy? Go and see Hope Uzodinma. Hope is looking like a vulture, like an old man, because he's under pressure to serve and maintain the commandments of his masters. From Sokoto, the caliphate, the man there is the dictator. He recently told you that internet is the biggest terrorist. That's what the Sultan of Sokoto said. And what is he trying to do? To stop internet usage in Nigeria, so that nobody can expose what they are doing. But they are fools, because they are not happy either. They don't go without security. Do you know that in UK, when their prime minister is traveling, he will be in his jeep and his dispatch riders, and he will move. No security. But Hope Uzodinma cannot go to Southeast. He lives in Abuja. Whenever he's going to Southeast, he will be in an armored tank. Is he a happy man? He cannot walk on the street. But the Prime Minister of United Kingdom goes to primary schools. He walks on the street. He rides on his bike. When David Cameron was the Prime Minister of UK, he comes to walk on his bicycle. Nobody chase. They don't chase after him. Nobody is after his life. Everybody is the same. But they don't want you to live that kind of lifestyle. So laying of this pipe from Biafra land to Europe is simply the reason why none of you will recognize Biafra. So for those of you following Ngozi, just know this fact, that your children, your grandchildren will continue to be slaves to these cabals. That's why I'm doing something different today. Because the situation of Ibrahim Traore is the situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The situation of Ibrahim Traore is the situation of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Because France is Europe. They want him taken away. Finland is in Europe. They want our prime minister. They have taken him away. Nigeria government is friends to UK and France. They are detaining our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the extent that yesterday somebody in a mask has to come and give witness. And Nigeria judiciary accepted it. I don't know where that has happened in the whole world. Their judiciary is sham. Their government is sham. Nobody is saying a word. We're supposed to be recognized. By who? The people who want you to be dead so that they will take your oil and gas without paying for it. Is that not stealing? In broad daylight. That's why everybody in this video I'm showing today is crying that Africa should not allow what happened to Muammar Gaddafi, what happened to Patrice Lumumba of Congo, what happened to Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, to happen to this very man. It happened to even this Mandela. Mandela was 27 years in prison. That's what they are planning for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. After 4 years, they still want to start his case for another 4 years. It will be 8 years for somebody who wants freedom. But the leader of terrorists, Gumi, is moving freely. Another one called Kabiru Sokoto was found in Shetima's house when Shetima was governor in Borno. Today, he's the one ruling Nigeria. And you think that they want free you. And you are working with a saboteur called Ngozi Orabufulani. Married to a Fulani man, had 4 children for a Fulani man. How do you, gullible Biafrans, think that that woman is fighting for your interest? She's a Muslim. So, whose part do you think she will be? Ngozi is putting doctor after her title, that she's doctor. A doctor that does not know that no country in this world operates parallel government. She's doing it so that this one we have will not gain any relevance. She's doing it to sabotage. And some gullible Biafrans are clearly with their eyes following her. This is what Ibrahim Traore is suffering. That's why I decided to talk to you raw truth. Raw truth. I don't want to be economical with the truth. This is the raw truth. Who are after Traore? They are the ones after Biafra. Because what we have is what makes their lifestyle good, and we don't deserve it to them. But I will tell you that it's Biafra first. We deserve this good lifestyle and more. And we will stand strong to make sure that Biafra comes. My people, don't go back. Do not go back. Yes, do not go back. Because the West, they are using Sultan of Sokoto. Sultan of Sokoto is a mumu useless Fulani man. And the one called says that if you talk bad of Sokoto, Sultan, or Boko Haram, you are talking bad about their people. Who are they? Yes, who are they? Because the more you comment on my program, the better for this platform. So go on, make your comments so that the platform will be growing. You are needed here. Everybody is needed. Thank you, Okechukwu. Thank you for joining us. You are welcome. What is happening to Ibrahim Traore today is what is happening to Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his disciple, Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa in Finland. The same people fighting to unalive Traore are the same people detaining and holding our leader and our Prime Minister. It's simple. You have to understand that. We need ourselves, contribute money to defend ourselves. It's 6 months now from November, December, January, February, March, April. 6 months. But they don't want to recognize us. Why? Because they want to lay pipe from Biafra land to Europe. Because Russia has stopped the supply of gas and fuel to them. And Biafra has it. They don't want to pay for it. They want to steal it by force, using Fulani terrorist groups to destroy our struggle. Down the line to Ngozi Orabu Fulani, who is maintaining a parallel government. And she is a doctor. So to say, a doctor, somebody who is properly read, who should know that running parallel government is not ideal, is not done anywhere in the world. It's only a saboteur that can do such a thing and remain there, converting more gullibles to give her the push to maintain the position of your slave masters. That's what she's doing. And that's what they operate. They cannot come by themselves. Let me tell you, if you bring serious action against Ngozi today, she will not be held liable in the end. Why? Because she's using somebody like Ugo 247. She's using somebody like Caterpillar. She's using somebody like the one called Okisofaya. She's using somebody like Diane Eme. She will not even be there. Because when you look at their functions, she's not the one doing it. She will use people. That is the trend. Etu akosiade. Ikpo Ngozi ikpetu ime win kwia o. Maka na ime afu ya na onya na-eme these things. All ka ndị ọcha si eme operate. Ọ ga-use some people. Ọ bụ Ngozi je n'ọkaigwe ije gbu Gentle. Mbanụ. Onye o yuzu bụ caterpillar. That is how they use people. They can never come forward. She's not a Biafran, but let me display your submission. She's not a Biafran, but she's able to use Biafrans to buy Biafrans. Caterpillar, I don't know his real name. Is he not a Biafran man? Of course he's a Biafran. Hope Uzodinma Bonye Ebe. Biafra. Soludo Bonye Ebe. Biafra. But as I said, from hierarchy of Etufasi Choi Ibu, this young man known at this video, Traore, the same way, Kafasi Bido, ne use in the Western world, ne use Sokoto, Sultan. Sultan ne use Kashim Shetima, na Gumi, na El Rufai, na Pantami, na Garuba. Ndị anwa na-use our governors. The governors na-use Onyenka. So they are working. They know what they are doing. We should learn. We should get sense. You have to think of the source of your problem in order to know how to solve it. Ngozi be a chicken fry. Now this hierarchy of destroyers. Yama but the last in the list. That na the main people nebuaye bundi anacho Ibrahim Traore. Why are they not recognizing us? Because what we have is what they need now for their lifestyle to continue. She's not a Biafran, yeah. She may not be, she may be, but she's using Biafras to destroy Biafra. Because even America, even Russia, all the heavy world powers do not have two governments. It's only Biafra that is still trying to grow. So when you come, you will be asking yourself, is it Breji government or is it United States of Biafra government? Which one? Which one? Which one? Till the year ends. That's what they're doing. Using her. Whether she's Biafran or not, that's not the issue. The point is what they are using her to do. Because she knows that she's not supposed to maintain parallel government against her own government. That she was once a COS in Biafra Republic government in exile. So, my people, this is the case here. When somebody is experiencing something, cry out. In this dispensation where internet is being called terrorist by the Sultan of Sokoto, just go ahead and use internet and people will hear your voice. Speak up. Ngozi is not just a Biafran. She is a Biafran terrorist. She is a terrorist terrorizing her own people to support the people pursuing Ibrahim Traore. She is in line. Hello, Peter, thank you for joining. Alison, Nna, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. This is what we are saying, that today I have to do something different. Using Ibrahim Traore is to make some Biafra. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's just to use Ibrahim Traore's case to make those Biafrans working with Madame Bao Bao, that these are the source of your problems. These are the people you are working for. Recently, she brought an account for Amadou Malam. She just came and deceived. That is Takia. Deceit. They don't work without deceit. They don't work without deceiving the people. She brought an account. She wrote there AH.MAL and gave to our people. So, Omo Biafra anya na choku, they went and discovered that AH is Amadou Malam. Is that the name of Biafrans? No. She said they should be paying money into that account. So this is how it works. They will be using your own people. Like America used this General Langley, a black man, general in American Army. And Michael Macron used another one to unalive Ibrahim Traore. That's the same way they are using in line people to sabotage Biafra so that Biafra will never come. Because we have what they want to make their own lives good. We will continue to fight ourselves, fight and fight, never get settled until they will finish laying their pipe from Biafra land to Europe, so that their own lifestyle will be complete while we are busy fighting. Ndewo Uchenna. Ndewo, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Yes, my brother Allison said, we have only one government. Simple. Yes, Biafra Republic government in exile. That's what we have. Any other thing the breakaways are doing, they are sabotaging us. Yes, they are sabotaging us. Biafra Tower or USB or whatever, they are sabotage to our fight for liberation. That's what they are. Simply that. You are very correct, Alison. Very, very correct. So, my people, it is always good to go on the voyage of discovery of what your problem is. Then you will establish that and know how to solve it. The people after this man, Ibrahim Traore, are the people detaining our prime minister, detaining Dr. Cho Ayoba, detaining Msen Nnamdi Kanu, to the extent that after 4 years, they are now bringing his case up and telling you that on Friday, 2nd of May, they will start all over again with a man that will come under mask. It's laughable. It's laughable. Because for Nigeria judiciary to allow a mere mask to come and testify against Msen Nnamdi Kanu on Friday means that that person is a Biafra. That is how Madam Bao Bao, if you take her to court tomorrow, she will not be convicted because she's not doing it herself. She's using the Ugo 247. She's using Caterpillar. She's using Okiso Fire. She's using, what's his name? Uruago. The one in South Africa. That's how she's using all of them. She's using Uche Obi in Finland. So that you will never detect who is your problem. That's how they go in line. It's always good to hit the nail at the head. Ibrahim Traore's case is our case. is our case. Because the same Europe and America that is pursuing this man to buy him are the same Europe detaining our PM. The same Europe detaining Dr. Traore because they don't want us to rise and challenge them the way Ibrahim Traore is challenging them. That's why I say today, let me do something different. Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, 4 years illegal detention, and nobody is talking about it. Nobody is talking about it, not within Nigeria, within Africa, or outside Nigeria. Because it is all going to go against them when Onyendu is released. If our PM is released, you will see that they might give him difficult terms and conditions for his release so that he will not speak again. But let them release him, whether with condition or unconditionally. So, my people, let me continue.
It's a hero. The other one is a coward. One of these dudes is for his country. The other one works for his country. He's a slave to his country. That dude is a coon. That dude is we call him a mark. We call him plants. We call him dudes like the house nigga, or however you want to call it. Captain Ibrahim Traore, you ain't doing nothing wrong, bro. He's not doing a damn thing wrong. That man just trying to be independent from the U.S., from the West, from France, from everybody that ain't on his time. If you're not operating on my people time, if you're not trying to be with my people and help me free my people, I ain't got nothing for you. And that's what he on. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? That's crazy. What I hate the most, they always get a black dude, like they always get an African American or like a black dude to do like their bidding. You know what I'm saying? Make it look like, oh, it's the black African Americans that's going against their own brothers in Africa. Man, that dude is a coon. Man, we don't rock with that. That dude is a coon. Real people, we didn't even vote for the administration. They just be taking power. You know what I'm saying? Like, they say that Captain Ibrahim Traore just took power. We do the same thing. They do the same thing to us. Some of our votes don't even count. It don't even matter. The United States government might not stand with Burkina Faso and Niger and Mali. I'm telling you right now, the people on the ground.
To the people over 50 who don't know how to use AI, tomorrow morning we're starting the 28-day AI.
I'm telling you right now, the people on the ground, we stand. You hear me?
Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, he's been in the news again recently. Now, to explain this, I'm going to have to give you a little bit of a crash course in Burkina Faso history. So he took power of Burkina Faso in 22 in what the Western media call...
My people, the man talking now is from United Kingdom. Listen to him.
A military coup, but what many Africans and many people in Burkina Faso call a revolution. You see, Burkina Faso it used to be anyway, a French colony. Now, it got its independence as the Republic of Upper Volta in 1960. However, the French never really went away. And like many other colonies that France had in Africa, they made Burkina Faso use their CFA franc, their French franc, which France doesn't even use anymore. And as a result of that, Burkina Faso had to go through French banks. And the French banks then could basically buy the resources from Burkina Faso at pennies on, well, the franc, which is quite a lucrative deal when you consider that Burkina Faso is Africa's 4th biggest producer of gold. And he made it his aim when he came to power to basically kick the French out and take control over the gold reserves in Burkina Faso. And guess what? It's exactly what he did. I mean, not only was it unfair that the French could basically have control over those reserves, buy the gold at a knockdown price, and have their French companies mine the gold and refine it and not pay any tax in that country whatsoever, but also they weren't giving back anything to the people of Burkina Faso. He didn't just take control of the mining though, oh no, he took control of the refining of it as well, built the factories, and this is in just a few months ago, getting delivery of their first gold bars. But that's not all he's done in the last 3 years. He has completely and utterly revolutionized the farming industry and the agricultural industry in Burkina Faso. I've heard stories of them even giving students, agricultural students, all the land and the equipment and the seeds they need to start growing food for their own population. And while other dictators, if you want to call him that, the West certainly do, traveling the world by private jet, fighting climate change. He's basically going up and down the country, meeting the people who are helping him change the course of Burkina Faso. This is him visiting 60 independent female Burkina Faso farmers who have been cultivating tons of different vegetables for their country. He's not just wiped out the entirety of Burkina Faso's foreign debt in just 3 years. He's also made all education 100% free in the country. He also cut the pay of ministers by 30%. There was a lot of corruption in Burkina Faso, but he's also increased the salaries of workers by 50% in that time. He's basically done more in 3 years than every one of the politicians in the UK have done in my entire lifetime.
Have you heard it? That he has done incredibly very well within 3 years of his coming to office, something that he has never seen in UK, his country, in his entire life. Under 3 years. What is there to do in UK? Everything has been done. Any president or prime minister that comes in UK comes to live in luxury because everything is already done. But this young man came, he cut down the ministers, especially the corrupt ones, increased salary, started on agriculture, all the infrastructures, roads, electricity, houses, building houses free for his people. Education is 100% free. Just want to stop where this man from UK, who is very honest, talking and saying the truth about what Traore has achieved under 3 years that he came to power, just like our PM. Within 3 years of PM, Mazi Simon Ekpa, taking over from Onyendu, because Onyendu said to us, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, go and listen to Simon Ekpa. He is bringing a new dimension to this awareness we are making. Share his videos that we should go and listen to him. Onyendu gave him 100% go ahead. From where he was detained, he wrote, allow Simon to be the one that will be doing the broadcast. Because when you are doing broadcast, just like I'm doing, but I'm not a professional broadcaster, I am just a crash course broadcaster for the freedom of my people. He said to him, allow this man to broadcast. They refused. Those chain of saboteurs, they refused. So our PM left, built, entered Biafra, and we were there following him. He was broadcasting with speed. He achieved so much. The first convention in 2023 in Finland was to establish our charter in Finland. The second one was our redeclaration of our nation. Biafra government in exile. He did so much, created ministers, government, both home and abroad. What did they do? The same link of Western eye in Africa. They used the same link to contact Finland to detain our prime minister. Why? Because they don't want us to rise. And the same connection detaining our leader in Nigeria. When 3 judges, well-qualified judges in High Court, say that you have no jurisdiction based on the way you brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu over his case, Nigeria judiciary has no right, no power, not legally, not otherwise, to decide any case in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's matter. That you should free him, return him to Kenya, pay him compensation for the 8 days of torture in Kenya. Nigeria never complied, and nobody is pressurizing Nigeria because Nigeria is their tool working for them. That is why I brought Ibrahim Traore today. For those sabotaging what we are doing, to know the source of their problem. Ngozi is the least in the line of this very sabotage. Because they are holding Cho Ayoba, they are holding our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Then in Africa, where they want to buy this man, they are holding Onyendu. Because he was abducted from another African nation. All the puppets. My people, we are 2 hours here. I wouldn't want this to be excessively too long. I have said it. You go home and think of it. Do we want to continue being slaves? What of our children? Living abroad is not easy because you are also working like a slave. They will use immigration to cage you, to limit you. You will go to bed, you will be rolling on your bed because you have no immigration documentation. To regularize your living in foreign country is another big task. Think of it this way. The moment Donald Trump came in January, the first thing he did, what was it? Sending African illegal immigrants away, deporting them. That is number 1. Number 2 now is to join hands to remove Ibrahim Traore and keep them, or keep him where they have kept our Prime Minister and our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Think of it. Because they will never come in person, just like Ngozi, the way she's using 247, Caterpillar, Okiso Fire, all of them, to remove Gentle, so that we will not have anybody to fight for us. That's the same way they are using Emir of Sokoto, Kashim Shettima, to seize the progress of Biafrans, so that we don't lift a finger. This is it. Think. Africans, rise up. We are Biafrans in Africa, and Africa is our continent. We will get free by our own effort to maintain freedom. The same Ngozi is in Burkina Faso. 18 attempts to assassinate this guy. The same Ngozi is in Amazonia, causing them to detain Cho Ayoba. These are all young men who want Africa to rise. So let African people rise up, protect and guide Ibrahim Traore, protect and guide Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, protect and guide Simon Ekpa. I will leave you people here. If you want to make a donation, my people, just go to Google search for biafragov.org/donate and make your donation to defend our land, or biafrainUSA.org/donate. You will get it all there. You make your donation, even if it is $1, $5, or 5 ejema. That will count. I will leave you people here. I love you people so much, and I will never stop talking about Biafra until we are established. My people, remember what Okokondem said during the war. Onye ndị ilo gbara gburugburu na-eche ndị ya nche mgbe niile. Ụmụ Biafra, unu alarụkwa n'ụla. All hail Biafra, peace, progress, unity, and equity. I'll see you again, and may God continue to bless Biafra. Is Biafra first and nothing more. Bye from here, and have a very good evening.